Right then, this is a quick walk around video. This is a lovely Honda CR-V. This is a 2 litre EX automatic, 2013 car with just 54,000 miles on the clock, full service history all the way through, finished in black, looks absolutely fantastic, black alloys, side steps, it's got a real presence about this car, and it's been kept in lovely condition. Around the front first, lights and lenses are clear and intact, no cracks or condensation there. Bonnet, very clean, hardly a stench of any notes anywhere on there. Near side, lovely and smooth in the panel work, really crisp and clean. Around the back, side steps are only subtle, but they do give the car substance, I must admit. And back, very clean. The off side of the car, driver's side, again lovely and smooth in the panel work, really clean. Alloys are all very nice. Externally, for a car that's now 11 years old, it's been kept in really lovely condition. Comes to the back, absolutely cavernous boots. CR-Vs are normally heavily used family cars, yet this one has been kept really nicely back here. Coming inside, you've got this gorgeous beige ivory leather interior. Looks absolutely stunning on the car. It's been kept in really good condition for the age of the vehicle as well. The front and passenger side, all very clean and tidy. Passenger seat again in super condition. Finally comes to the driver's door card, really clean and tidy. Same with the footwell areas, full set of rubberized tailored mats for the car as well. Driver's seat again, super condition. Let's fit inside the car now. Engine's running as is always the case, so the dash is illuminated here for you. Dash is in stunning condition again, absolutely lovely and clean. Sat nav you can see working perfectly. And pop the car into reverse, you've got that crystal clear parking camera which complements the front and rear parking sensors. Carrying on down, it's just been treated and cared for very nicely. Dash binnacle, 54,506 miles, and there are no warning lights on the car at all. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V, and it's a 2 litre EX automatic. Car's registered BF13KXX, and mileage at the start of the road test is 54,507 miles. The reason we do these videos, and especially this bit actually, is to ensure that if anyone's looking at any of the cars we're selling online, they get to see that very car in operation. We've always felt it important because, like lots of people, we've been to see cars which have looked perfectly good in photographs or description, but only to find out when you get there it's got an obvious fault that shows up when you drive the car, which can be hugely frustrating. Also done on these very quiet country roads in this beautiful part of Gloucestershire, even on a rainy day. It's just started. This actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on, by the way, and the hope is it'll be representative of what you'd feel yourself should you go on a test drive in the car. Coming to the car, very well maintained, and it feels it immediately. As soon as you drive the car, it just feels absolutely as tight as a drum. Push button start for the engine, whirs into life, settles to a smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car, and temperature gauge is running as a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be. Honda, without doubt, build the best 4-cylinder engines in the world, and this is a classic example of why. Everyone knows they're reliable, but they are the most reliable and longest lasting engines in their class. They're cam chain driven, there's no cam belts to worry about, but it's just how it operates. It's such a slick, smooth, sweet sounding engine. It's flexible, it's docile, it's just a lovely unit. And when you do press the engine, you get that lovely induction noise with Hondas, but as it revs pick up, it doesn't get harsh and thrashy. It still has that lovely sweet note that comes from really good engineering. A fantastic unit. Engine feeds into the auto gearbox, as you expect of a Honda gearbox. Again, like the engine, very, very tough and reliable over enormous mileages. Gear changes are lovely and slick on the move, very smooth. You can actually use the paddles here as well to operate it manually, although no one ever really does, but they are there and they all work perfectly. Notwithstanding reputation, I always say it, you should always check when you get into an automatic, regardless of the manufacturer. Just make sure that the gear changes on the move are in fact smooth, but more importantly, when you put it into drive or reverse from stationary, it doesn't clonk or thud into gear. And again, this one's perfect in that regard. Let's come to the steering and chassis. The best way to describe these is incredibly car-like. The steering is nicely weighted, it's accurate, it's precise, it's reasonably quick as well, but it works beautifully with the chassis because Honda have got no aspirations for this to be a sporty car. It's not, but it drives really nicely. When you go through corners, it is very, very capable, much more so than you'd ever give it, expect to give it credit for. But the whole design is as a family car. It's comfortable, it's smooth riding, but when you do press on a bit, it doesn't get that horrible wallowy sort of secondary motion that lots of its competitors get, especially the ones that are softly sprung, where when you first get into them, I think, oh, these are lovely and comfortable, and about half an hour in, you suddenly realise it's, you're just wallowing about and you feel as nauseous as you like. So I'm just going to see if I can zip by this chap. So he picks up speed well. But they've just got that compromise, which is ultimately what it is, absolutely perfect. I mean, going through corners like this, a little bit of speed carried in, hardly have to turn the wheel at all, totally composed. It's an amazingly capable car. Steering tracks nice and straight, there's no vibrations at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit, and the suspension exhibits no clonks, rattles, anything from underneath. Brakes on the car, I'm just going to make sure no one's directly behind me, but they're very good, they're powerful, they don't vibrate or pulse at all, so all in good order. And then you come inside. First things first, got really good visibility all around the car, great driving position. You feel really in control of the car. I love this lighter interior, and I'm glad the sun's gone in because this is the best way to show it in some ways. Because on gloomier days, dark cars, and I like black leather, but they can feel quite oppressively dark when everything else is dark. They've mixed this up, the textures and the colours, really, really nicely. So it kind of lifts the mood on dark days, but it doesn't get blazingly hot on summer days either, which can be horrible, especially if you do get the odd nice summer's day. But it just looks lovely in here. I do love this combination. The dash layout, by the way, simplicity itself. It's a couple of days in the car, you have mastered it. The sat nav, as you can see, working perfectly nice, one of the easiest ones you're ever going to use. Climate control system underneath, you can have different temperatures side to side because it's got dual zone, as they call it, and that's pumping out absolutely ice cold air. All of the switchgear, as I always say, if you turn anything or press anything, you've got that lovely high quality feel to every sort of switch that really Honda put a lot of effort into this, and it really pays dividends. And then you've got your dash pinnacle in front, which, unlike most overcomplicated modern cars, is just lovely, crisp, white on black dials, exactly as it should be. And then finally you've got this lovely leather-bound steering wheel. This is, by the way, a four-wheel drive version of the CR-V. There are no buttons to press to activate it because basically it's automatic. Honda worked out donkeys years ago that most people would be driving as I am right now, where you don't need four-wheel drive on for 99% of the time you're driving. So what they do is the car is now running in two-wheel drive, front-wheel drive only, and that's the most efficient way to pull a car along. If it needs to go into four-wheel drive, it seamlessly brings in the rear wheels. Let's say you're in a pull away in a sort of bit of mud or snow or ice, and the front wheel starts to lose grip. Before you could even react, via the traction control system, it brings in the four-wheel drive and disengages it as soon as it no longer needs it. The advantages, as I always say, very obvious. You know, you're going to get through your tyres less quickly, use less fuel, and it puts far less mechanical stress through the car. We've never touched a four-wheel drive system on a CR-V from memory in the last 25, 30 years, and that's thousands of them as well, so it is incredibly robust. As I said at the start of the video, the point is just to show the car operating. I can't fault it, it drives absolutely beautifully.